Good morning, y'all. It's going to be a gentle workout today. A little stretchy. Maybe. Hang on. So, yeah, towel, a stability ball, handy. Ball, not completely necessary, but it'll make the last thing more comfortable. And if you've got a longer towel, it might be better. You know, this was the first towel I grabbed, so it'll work. Yeah, all right. Straight bridges. Now, I put no numbers here. Why? We don't need numbers. Well, I mean, when I'm talking and counting reps, I never get the numbers right. So I figure it really doesn't matter. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. It's all about the thing that we learned, I think, uh, from bodybuilding in the fitness world was misunderstood. Time under tension is key, right? So they did certain rep ranges for certain things, and everybody interpreted rep ranges, but it's the time under tension and the load. It's not so much counting reps. I'm just having a little sip of coffee because I'm really not awake yet. So straight bridges. Let's just wake up the whole back of the body here. Make sure the shoulders are back and down. My chest just popped. So beautiful. Oh. And when was the last time we did these first in a workout? Never. Nice and slow. Just start to open up the chest and shoulders. I'm going to rotate my hands around because things are feeling a little weird this morning. And it may just be because it's the first thing we've done. You know, normally there's a windmill or some other shoulder mobility thing going on. I'm even pausing at the top of a few reps. So what I'm going to go for, at least in my body, and you can do the same thing, is try to feel some muscle fatigue or burn starting to set into things like your shoulders here in this exercise, upper arms, and just kind of go into that burn. Like I'm starting to get a burning sensation in the back of my arms a little bit, mostly when I hold and pause. My glutes are starting to feel a little fatigue. Like, oh, you want me to work today? Yes, I do. So I'm going to keep going. A few more. But if you need to stop, stop. Let's do. Let's all come up and hold the last rep. This will be our last rep. And just hold it. Kind of feel what's happening. And like now I'm feeling calves, you know, the back of the leg all the way down to my heel. Hamstrings are a little fired up. Glutes, shoulders, back of the arms. And we'll set that down nice and easy. Okay, that was fun. Whew. My hands feel a little stretched out, which is always good because they're so tight. Look, I can actually close my fists today. It's good. All right, sitting or seated leg raises. Remember, palms down and keep the arms straight and push into the floor by folding your body forward and then lift and hold. Let's try holding for a little bit. Oh, okay, let it down. Ooh. How was that? Anybody's thighs cramp up? Let's try it again. Fold forward hard. Okay. Again. Trying to lift the toes towards the top of my head. Trying to fold my chest down towards my knees. Again. I feel like I'm getting progress here. Thighs don't get as crampy now. Feels like my legs are coming up a little bit higher. Let's go again. Let's keep holding. Okay. Whew. Shake out those thighs. We'll do one more. Here we go. And just hold it as long as you can. Ooh. My left leg wanted to cramp on that one. All right, so twist and hold. A little stretchy in here. I'm going to go foot across the leg. I'm not going to fold this guy. I'm not there yet. We want to keep the sits bones, so the bottom of the butt, both cheeks should be on the ground. Pull yourself into the knee, hug it, and the idea here is we're holding ourselves upright, nice and tall, and you want to kind of push your chest into your knee and pull your knee into your chest. Free hand behind you and press it into the floor to help push your body tall. Then look over that shoulder. So I'm hugging my right knee, looking over my right shoulder, and just trying to find my breath and relax and let the back stretch. I'm going to move my hand a little further around to the right or further behind me, if that helps, and enhance the stretch. Don't let the shoulder ride up. Push it down. Get tall. This is an active thing. This is you're pushing with the arm, pulling with the other arm, stretching the hip, back, shoulder, chest, spine. Switch sides. Oh, my body is definitely creaky today. I was up and down ladders again yesterday. I'll tell you, being an elf is hard work.
Up and running though, right?
Oh yeah. Today's the first official day, tonight. So I wasn't even on the schedule, and it was like, okay, could you please come in? We still have stuff to do.
We have friends that went on it, I think this past week though.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a dress rehearsal, dry run type of thing one day last week.
Yeah.
They got everybody dressed up. Ooh, okay. Gorilla squats. Yeah, we got to get up. Gorilla squats. But yeah, it's they had a crazy meeting yesterday. I still don't understand anything that happened. Oh yeah, I'm just hanging out down at the bottom of the gorilla squat because my hips are really tight. So while you're here, think about prying the shoulders open and pulling them back. Maybe looking up, getting nice and tall. I'm pushing, actively pushing my knees wide. Big stretch to the inner thighs. I'm going to press up to the top, stretch out the hammies a little bit. And I'm just relaxing into this. I'm not working any of it out. I'm just letting my body hang. I'm going to drop back down. Oh. You can go at your own pace, but enjoy some of the stretching in here. And at the bottom, pay particular attention to where your shoulders end up. You don't want to be all droopy and slumpy. You want to be nice and tall. Oh, now how many, right? Because I didn't put any numbers on the board. A workout like this, it's how many feels right, how many feels good. If it starts feeling not good, stop. If it keeps feeling better, like I'm feeling looser and looser, every time I get in the bottom, my hips are just a little bit more open. And I'm going to press back up and I'm going to stretch them out. And it's like, I mean, I feel like I'm getting further in my forward fold. There's a little something going on in my right hip today, which is weird. But nothing crazy bad. Doesn't hurt, just feels weird. Oh, yeah. All right. So the figure four stretch. Most of us won't need a towel for this, but you could need a towel or a strap, and it might help you. But the idea with the figure four stretch is to, one of the crankiest muscles, I think, in the human body, this is my opinion, is the piriformis muscle, and it kind of runs from the outside of your thigh bone across to your SI joint. And it just gets cranky. And when it gets really cranky, we get sciatic pain. Right? It clamps down on the sciatic nerve, and that sciatic pain is the good one, if you will, because if it starts in the buttocks and runs down the leg, we can fix that fairly easily with stretching. If it's the one that originates in the lumbar spine and shoots through the butt, now we got lumbar issues to deal with. Sometimes stretching works. So the figure four, we're going to cross one ankle over the opposite thigh or knee, like so. We're going to then reach, we create a little triangle here. We're going to reach through, grab the back of that thigh that we just put the ankle on, and we're going to pull. And again, you could use a towel here if you wanted to, but for most people it's not necessary. If you're really, really super tight, it can help. And you're just going to keep pulling. And the goal here would be to get this ankle-knee combo on your chest. Now, I'm nowhere near that because I'm just really tight, but I've seen it done. And honest to God, one of the strongest guys I've ever met in my life was the guy I saw do it first. He just went into this stretch on his back, boom, and that just pulled it all the way down. Oh, you can straighten this leg if you want. The key is you're feeling a big stretch through this bent hip and keep pulling into it. Oh. And I'm going to relax that and switch sides. Oh. Another thing about stretching, especially this particular stretch, you may notice that one side is so much worse than the other. Like I have like almost no, this left hip does not want to move at all. So I may want to spend more time on the side that is stickier. If this felt really loose and the other side felt really tight comparatively, I'd go back and spend some more time there maybe. But this is definitely the tight hip. And you want to use your breath, inhale and exhale fully, right? So big inhales. And when you exhale, you'll find you can sometimes deepen the stretch. You can pull a little bit further through the stretch as you completely relax. If you've listened to me long enough, you've probably heard me say, when it comes to stretching, the question is how long. And I usually say 5 to 8 good, deep belly breaths. Usually when you first get into a stretch, it's so tight that you can't move, you can't breathe. All right, let's grab our towel. Now, you can do these seated or standing. It does not matter. You can sit on your stability ball. You may already do some of this without thinking about it when you get out of the shower. I don't know. But even showering can be a nice stretching activity for your shoulders. So let's see, I'll grab my ball. I'll get a little bit closer here. But the idea, real simple. I'm going to drop the towel behind my back, like so. And I'm going to start pulling down. So this is going to stretch tricep back here, back shoulder. You want to try and be as tall as you can be. So whether you're seated or standing, doesn't really matter. Just get nice and tall and pull. Now, the flip side to this is pull up. So I'm going to take the hand that's behind and whatnot, and I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to pull this guy up. And I'm going to stretch the shoulder, my left shoulder now, from the other direction. This could be done with a belt. It could be done with rubber bands. You can do that. You literally can't, like when you get done with a nice warm shower and things are loose, it's a great time to stretch out the shoulders. And you can dry your back at the same time. And whichever one feels better, do more of it. And of course, we got to switch. So simple enough. Here we go. Oh, wow. Big difference there. So again, my left side's tighter. So had I started with my left, I might come back to it and spend some more time there. But my left tricep is so much more jacked up than my right. This is crazy. You know, and these muscles all reach right into and through the shoulder. So this is all part of, everything's part of. That is so much tighter. And I'm going to pull up again. And you can go back and forth with this and loosen things up. Oh, wow. Yeah, this side is so different from the other. You know, again, if you notice that the side you started with is worse, feel like switching back, switch back, you know, and give it some more love. Oh, my God. But yeah, this is this is something I actually do when I get out of the shower, to stretch the sucker out. You know, I mean, the classic shoulder stretches we all know across the body like that, you know, and maybe not so popular, but the really good one is to get like a doorway or a tree or something, palm up, arm straight, and you know, you're going to brace that arm against. So if I had a tree here, I'd brace it against that and I just kind of rotate away from it. Classic stuff. But the overhead squat kind of takes care of some of that for us. Let's see if I can do it with this little towel. So, you know, your towel again can be your friend, and you know, the positioning is kind of important here. We again don't want the arms forward. We want to get them at least in line with the ear, if not slightly back. But to do that, we don't want to arch our back, right? So pelvic tilt, bring the arms up, and try to get them back as far as you can, and then squat from there. Keep the eyes up, keep the arms back, hands back, squat down as deep as you can, back up. Easy enough. Maybe not. And you can adjust foot position. We can do these, you know, in a wide position or in the actual close squat, which really changes things. Not sure what that looks like from the side. So feet together definitely changes the squat with this overhead positioning, but still maintaining a fairly good line from hands down to my tailbone, right? Let's do another 5 or 6 of these and really let the shoulders fall back, open up. So on a really cold morning, if your shower's on the 3rd floor, 4th floor, some crazy thing like that, it takes forever for the hot water to get up to it. This would be a good way to warm yourself up before getting in the shower. Yes, I used to do that. I used to do 30 to 50 squats waiting for the shower to get warm in Hamden, 3rd floor. Crazy. All right. So pumps with a twist. I think we've done these. I know I've done them. Put them on a video somewhere. So down dog, up dog. We're going to add a couple of twists to it. You know one of them for sure. Maybe the other one you do. But so for a basic push-up position, remember, hands and feet don't move. We don't want to walk them back and forth. We want to stay very static in where our hands and feet end up. So basic push-up position, hands over shoulders, feet shoulder width, give or take. Hips high, get up on the balls of your feet and really get the hips up to the ceiling. Then sink into the heels, right? Do that last, right? Now, from here, the twist would be to reach through. I'm going to take my right arm, reach through, grab my left ankle, and then I'm going to look under the armpit. And then left hand to right ankle. Look under the right armpit. Right? Now we come through to the push-up position and back to upward facing dog. And here, you know, we've looked over the shoulders. So as I look over my left shoulder, my right hip can dip deeper into the stretch. And over the right shoulder, left hip drops further. Oh, wow, so tight. So we'll do a few of these. Get those hips up and then sink into the heels. Let the shoulders drop towards the toes. So we're trying to get that kind of overhead squat position again in the arms. And then try to reach through. Looking under the armpit. And you can also, if your calves are feeling really tight, hamstrings, you can bicycle the legs, bend one knee and dig deeper into that other leg to stretch it harder. Right? Back, forward, the upward facing. Oh. Now here, it's a good idea to squeeze the glutes, right? And that'll actually help open the front of the hip. So I'm pushing squeezing with my glutes is pushing the hips further open. The only thing touching the floor here in this is toes, the ball of the foot, my hands. Now, if you need to rest, you can come down your knees or thighs. And you can effectively stretch even if you're resting on your knees or thighs. Just push up, shoulders back, right? I think that's a variation of Sphinx. Slipping off the mat. Oh. So again, that shoulder alignment, trying to get the shoulders in line with the ear or slightly behind it, like the overhead squat. Sink the heels into the floor, hips high. Do a little reach through. This side is crankier. So let's try. Try opening it up one more time here. So pigeon, that's coming up next. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back into that down dog. And we're gonna bring our right knee and fold it up so that it's lined up behind our right hand. Right? I mean, I think you guys have done pigeon. Get close to that. One of the goals here, believe it or not, is to put, so if your right knee's up in front, the goal is to have your right butt cheek, the sits bone, on the floor here. Anybody there? Because I'm not. Now, I've heard people get crazy about how this knee is supposed to be. Make it comfortable. It shouldn't hurt. Now, from here, if your butt's not touching the floor, right, this is the early version of the pigeon. We used to call this the can opener. And you're just going to try and push that hip into the floor. I'm just dropping down. And the action is kind of like those old school military can openers or like a Swiss Army knife can opener. You're kind of pivoting around the can, right? So before I knew what yoga was, I was doing this kind of beginner pigeon. Now from here, I've gotten closer to the floor, but I'm not there yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of lay down, chest onto the knee, arms out in front of me. Somebody told me this is dead pigeon. And this is one where you just want to breathe. You just want to relax and breathe. Now, there's some yoga practitioners who would put a bolster under the hip if you weren't completely on the floor so that you could actually relax through it. I'm not opposed to that idea. I just don't have one handy. All right, I'm going to walk back up. And this time I'm going to try and get as tall as I can. And I'm going to pay attention to where my hips are. I don't want them rotated. I want them kind of forward, aligned with the shoulders. And I'm going to get as tall as I can. I'm going to hold on, push through my thigh if I have to, and just try to get tall. And if you can hang on to that, the version of this I like the best. We're going to take the fingers behind our back and interlace our fingers, and we're going to straighten the arms, pulling the shoulders back. And then start to look up. And this is a variation on the king pigeon, which normally has us reaching like so, up overhead. I just think this, for our shoulders, getting a cramp in my foot.
I can't remove my arms. I need my arms for support.
So yeah, then keep them for support. You know, this is if you can, you know. For a long time, I couldn't get, my arms up. And going back here would make me fall over. So yeah, no, I'm with you. But if you can get there, better stretch. And then I'm just going to bring my hands back down to the floor. I'm going to plant my left foot, get my right foot back there. I'm going to do a down dog. I'm going to pedal a little bit, and I'm going to do an upward facing dog just to kind of realign everybody. And you might feel a difference in your two hips right now. All right, I'm going to go back into that downward facing dog, and I'm going to bring my left knee up behind the left hand. And again, I've got a huge gap between my butt and the floor. I'm going to try and work that down in this kind of can opener fashion. I'm just rocking that hip down towards the floor. And this stretch is really interesting. So when I say we need to do more pigeon, this is such a critical stretch. It hits everything. This is kind of the figure 4 stretch we're working on from a different perspective. All right, and if you've gotten that kind of loosened up, it's feeling better, and you want to lay forward into that dead pigeon, kind of fold. Relax your head down, and you could, if you're really tight here, really uncomfortable, you could put again a bolster or a pillow right under you and lay on that, and it would decrease the stretch but let you relax into it. So if it hurts, use a pillow. Folded towels. If you've never had an opportunity to do like a good restorative yoga class where they do have all those bolsters and pillows and they wrap you up and all that stuff. If you've never done that, do it. It's a different way to look at yoga. All right, so here I'm getting back into that, moving towards that upright or king pigeon, finding my balance. Glutes get active here, right? To hold the hips forward and keep me balanced. I've actually got to squeeze before I can reach back. And oh my goodness. And I'm just going to keep sitting into this, try to relax. Not necessarily bouncing into the stretches, but moving, trying to open some of this stuff up. Look up if you can. Roll the head back. This feels very different. Ooh, okay. Ooh. I'm just going to take my time coming out of that, which is a good idea for any stretch. If you've been in there for a good 5 to 8 breaths, take your time coming out. Don't go dashing down the stairs. All right, another down dog. I'm going to pedal the legs a little bit. My left knee's feeling kind of weird after that one. Another upward facing dog. Oh. Yeah. I've been looser in my day. All right. So we're going to end this lovely thing with a ball bridge. Now, we might be able to do a full bridge, hands, and that might feel great. I'm not going to try. I'm just going to relax on my ball. Let my hips finish opening up. Oh yeah. So, again, the idea here is to try and feel as if everything is pulling from your belly button towards your feet or towards your head and hands. You want to get completely relaxed through the knees and the thighs and just find a position for the arms that's comfortable. Might be out to the side. You want to feel balanced and stable, but let the ball just kind of press the back up and open it up. And this one's how long can you stand it? All that blood going to your head. When you do come out, just roll forward like so until you're sitting on the floor with your ball against the back, right? That's the safest way to do that. Jumping up off of that one, I don't know about you, I would probably pass out or at least fall over. And if I fell over here, I might go out that window. Whee! So, oh, yeah.
I have to hop off, but thank you. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, I have to get my butt going too, but hope that felt good.
It felt
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
Thank you. I needed
Good.
to
Yeah, I need another one.
do another round later, I think.
Yeah, yeah. All right, kids. Have a happy weekend. I'll see y'all on Monday.
Great. Thanks so much. I really
Take-
needed that one.
Yeah, me too. Take care. Okay. And you guys, yeah, thanks for staying.